That's safe, isn't it?
Your hat on, Lucy.
Okay, we're going. We're recording.
Yeah,
Right,
don't
everybody.
record in the cloud.
Okay, yes. So just a kind of, this is an introductory call to talk about ThingsCamp, how it works. Some of you people might be new to this, particularly if you're watching the recording afterwards. But basically, we've been doing this for about 4 years, usually face-to-face, unconference. And since everybody is stuck, confined at home, it seemed like a good idea to try an online version. So hopefully you'll be seeing this with some links which tell you where to take part in sessions or how to set up sessions, and there's some stuff there on the grid already. But it's up for anybody, no particular level of experience. You'll see there's a couple of things already on there which are introductory sessions for this. What else should I say? Anything else I should mention right now?
Do you want to say who's on the call? Introductions?
Yeah, absolutely. So well, should we go around and say hello, starting from the top?
Let's go around the table and introduce ourselves.
Yeah, absolutely. Go.
Yeah.
Who's at the top? Am I?
Martin, you're at the top.
Yes. Hi, I'm Martin Howett. I'm from the Data Place and one of the co-organisers, as it is, of ThingsCamp.
Hi, I'm Simon, also from Data Place and a co-organiser of ThingsCamp. Sabrina?
I'm Sabrina. I work with the Data Place. I've never been to a ThingsCamp, so I'm really excited.
Awesome. That's the kind of energy we want.
Exactly.
I'm Lucy Knight, also of the Data Place and co-organiser of ThingsCamp, and I'll be the person running Minecraft and playing with gadgets a lot over the weekend.
Excellent. What else? Chris?
I'm Chris. I'm a creative technologist. I've been working with the Data Place and been a long-term contributor to ThingsCamp as well.
True. Thank you.
Yep.
Katya?
I'm Katja. I've also never been to ThingsCamp, so I'm also excited, Sabrina. I am a software developer, and I don't, or have very little experience with things. Anything.
Thank you.
I'm Pauline Roach, and I'm based in Birmingham, and I've been to, I think, one ThingsCamp, the one you had at Impact Hub Birmingham?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But I've known Martin and Lucy and Simon for a long time, and we, some of us work together on Open Data Camp as well. And I'm very excited about ThingsCamp and social data.
Okay, thank you.
Go.
Good introductions. And anything else that we should talk about? As I say, we're going to share some links with this video, so we don't need to go into the details with it. But I think the most important thing to talk about is that this is not necessarily all about kind of high-tech stuff. This is much more about a kind of nice open space to have discussions more than anything. Yes, if there's IoT stuff part of it, or just data as part of it, but really, hopefully some nice friendly people will come along and take part.
Yeah.
Anything else?
The session's about the whole weekend. This is about problem solving, and if we can do that with data or we can do that with things, that's great. But also, for example, I've stood up a Minecraft server just in case the people would like to have those discussions in a social virtual space, so we can run around in Minecraft. We can play with some of the technical possibilities, but we can also just chat. We've got a Discord server set up as well. So for the gamers, if you feel like actually that would be nice to have a couple of hours having those technical discussions whilst killing zombies, you know where to come. If you have a look at the session grid and there's nothing there that really speaks to you, but there's something that you personally really want to work on, put it on the session grid. Let us know it's on there, and we'll be monitoring over the course of the next few days anyway. But give us a shout and we will boost it, publicize it, see if anybody else wants to be there. If you've got questions about a thing but you don't think you ought to be the one leading the session, you just want someone to ask, again, give us a shout. One of us will lead the session. We'll drag in anybody we know who knows about that thing, and we'll see what we can get done.
So are we having breakout rooms, or how's it actually going to work?
Okay.
Good question.
So, yeah, that's a very good question.
We're not sure.
That's an excellent prompt for this point in the call, I think, as well, with the recording. I think one of the things that we've kind of said to people, oh, hold on, Steve Crawshaw is entering the room. Here we go. We partly, this is experimental, we imagine that some of these things will just be calls like this. And of course, it's up to the people who run the session to decide if they want to do this with a call or another way. I think, like Lucy is saying, if the whole thing can take place in Minecraft, then that will be great as well. I think it's because it's experimental, then we'll try different things that suit different people. Some people will want to use Zoom. Some people, of course, would really, really not want to use Zoom. So it's not meant to be forcing anybody into it. I think it comes down to that. And of course, it doesn't have to be a video call. Some of these things could be Twitter chats. We're trying to be really open with the idea of how a session can run, because we have the freedom, since we're not together, to try out different ways of doing it. So it could be that you all to get together and edit a Google Doc together on something that you're interested in. So whatever you say,
we did that one time after Open Data Camp, and collaborative Google Doc on a topic that we all felt very strongly about. So that's absolutely doable.
I think that the most important thing is that, you know, if you're running a session, you decide what's most suitable for you, not just for you, but if, you know, the people that you think might want to come along, and run it that way. All we're asking for is that you make some capture of that. So you either record it if you want to, and everyone's happy. If it's an audio, do an audio recording. If it's just a document you've created, then send us a link to the document. If you're having a Twitter chat and you're using a hashtag, let us know what that is. Hopefully, I think we've put a few different ways of getting in touch with us, and we'll share all of that with you anyway, which you should see. But yeah, it's really up to you to decide which the best way is, because actually, this is the first unconference of any sort that we've done online fully, and we'd quite like to see what works for people. You know, not just for this format, but for other stuff. So yeah, whatever it is. And of course, if you want help, like Lucy said, just let us know. We'll help you run a session. It's entirely up to you. Is that okay? Is that
I'll just add something. Unconferences in general. Oh, hi, Steve. Unconferences in general tend to have a code of conduct, which is intended to make them more accessible and equitable spaces, and nice to be in. Obviously, the practicalities of that are different on an online conference, but the principles are still the same. We want everyone to be able to experience the event without any fear or any feeling of peril in any way. Now, there is a link that we'll provide to the UK GovCamp Code of Conduct, and pretty well everything in there also applies to this online space. But the main thing is, if people are feeling uncomfortable in any way, there are 4 of us organisers, myself, Simon, Sabrina and Lucy, that you can contact, and we have the ability to remove people from the conferencing platform if we need to. So I just wanted to say that.
That's a good reminder. Thanks, Martin.
yeah, thank you.
And also, there are people who will say that, you know, it's online, it's not real life, it doesn't count. Well, people are still people, even though they're behind a keyboard. So everything in the code of conduct that talks about behaviour in real space also applies to behaviour in virtual space, and we expect the same standards of behaviour. I don't feel like we would have a problem with the people who are in this space, but you never know, and that's why we have a code of conduct, so that it's absolutely clear. No one can say they didn't know.
Oh, yeah, Martin's just put that link in the chat. I just want to say hello to Steve as well, just to kind of say that we're kind of, you know, part of the way through. We're just recording this just to let you know, just this little bit of introductory stuff. We've been talking about how to run sessions, and I think, because I saw the emails, Martin contacted you earlier about something to do with air quality. And I guess it'd be nice if we could find some time over the next few days to do a short session in some form, but we can have a conversation about that separately. But yeah, it's an unconference, so basically whatever we can do to fit something in of interest would be great as far as that goes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the link on the Twitter links doesn't link to the current page that you got up. So can someone change that?
That's a good start. Yeah, I will make sure that changes. It's like whack-a-rat trying to go through all of your online presence stuff and work out what's linking to the wrong bits. So I'll change that now. You're logged in somewhere.
And
yeah.
Can I ask, is it okay to take a photograph of as we don't have to tweet out, or do people not want that?
Go for it. I'm happy. I mean, is everybody else happy? Is that okay?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Everyone is happy. There we go.
It gives a thumbs up then in the picture, please. Thank you. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you. Does anybody have any questions? Like I said, I think this call is only meant to last about half an hour anyway. We just wanted to record a starting point and say hello. If you've got questions, we're here to answer them. You feel free to add sessions yourself to the grid, or let us know if you wanted to help. Anything?
I think probably would just say, in case it wasn't already covered in recording the discussion earlier, if you're looking to, and this is the benefit of people who'll be watching this a bit later, if you're looking to do something, or we're hoping to do something, but you physically don't have the device, I have a bunch of ThingsCamp kit here with me. So I've got Raspberry Pis, Arduino's got microbits. I've got one particle photon, which refuses to work for me, but Chris has much more kit and it always works for him.
We can figure it out.
We can figure it out. We can absolutely figure it out. So if at any point you're wanting to try something that you don't have the physical kit, then join one of the existing sessions that we'll be setting up, or suggest a session, a particular thing you want to do. Also, we have a GitHub account. We've got several repositories with code snippets and suggestions and project ideas. But specifically also there's links to, you can get an emulator for microbits. If you don't have a microbit, you can use the emulator, and you write your code and this little animation shows you what would happen. And there are similar things for quite a few of the devices, but microbit's probably where we're going to focus because it's a nice simple device. But if anybody needs me to do a show and tell of, if you build a circuit and attach it to a Raspberry Pi or an Arduino, or whatever the case may be, more than happy to do that. Simon, you're muted.
Martin.
So just one thing. People are welcome to bring their children along to sessions and invite children along to sessions, but children have to be accompanied by an adult. We don't have any kind of clearance to do youth work as an organisation. So if you want to bring your children, that's great. They're more than welcome, but please look after them.
Yes. The Minecraft world is set up as a survival world. If your kids like Minecraft and you would like them to be occupied, they're more than welcome to come run around in the Minecraft world. But again, be aware of what they're up to. I can do some monitoring, but as the server admin rather than as a teacher. And I will kick or ban for bad language, griefing, looting, etc., etc. But it's a big survival world with some really nice things going on in there. So if that sounds like something to keep them occupied whilst you try and get your thing done, feel free. You'll need your own Minecraft account, and I need to add you to the whitelist. But other than that, yeah, go for it.
I think there's a couple of things put in for Sunday as well, which is looking at wildlife and nature watch camera and monitoring, that kind of thing, and also potentially a sort of paper prototyping event, which may well be suitable for children. So like Martin and Lucy say, then it's going to have to be accompanied by a parent, but it's meant to be for a wide range of people. So we'll kind of see how that goes. So any other questions, or should we bring this call to an end? Everybody understand so far? All right.
You think there's anything we haven't covered that people might ask if they had been here? Talked about devices, got some code, talked about sessions, code of conduct.
I will be kind of dropping in and out over the course of the weekend, but an open call, if anyone's got any questions or wants me to answer the thing, drop me on Slack or Twitter and I'll get back as soon as I can and help out as best I can.
Yeah.
Are we going to do a check-in list of like who does what, or who's good to ask about what?
We could.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Should we add something like that to the website? Is that the easiest thing? I can just add a section on more contact, so that we've got like Twitter handles, that kind of stuff as well.
Yeah. What's the best way to reach people? Not everyone is going to be in our Slack.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, we do actually have a ThingsCamp Slack, so we can do that. That's just another layer of
see how coordinated we are.
Yeah,
seamless. Absolutely seamless from start to finish.
We'll just stick it on the website.
There are undoubtedly smoother and more slickly produced online, hastily arranged online conferences going on right now, but ours is more fun. Right? Ours has things. And Minecraft.
Yeah, exactly.
Lucy, how long can you go without saying Minecraft?
I don't know, test me. You got a clicker?
We might need to build one.
I can do that. I've got the stuff.
I think I have a physical
Things.
one in my project box
There
somewhere.
you go.
So
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay. Well, yeah, I think we should bring the call to an end. As I said, we're available online, and hopefully we've added some more sessions since this call has actually been on. So it's really nice to see there's more on the grid. So take a look if you haven't in the last few minutes and see what's there. And hopefully we can negotiate with a few more of you to get a few more things on the grid. But if there's nothing else, then I think we'll say goodbye and see you very soon in a session. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
see you all soon,
Everybody.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Cheers.
Bye.